nothing
I'm
that
so
makes you
proud of you.
feel like so. There's nothing that makes you feel quite as manly and a boost of testosterone, like going
And
to a
butch. And
abs-
butch.
and butch, absolutely, and going to a hardware store. So I went there today. I wanted to get a specific item. I wanted to fix something in my bathroom, and
Oh, you DIYing?
oh no, yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
I
man.
love fixing. I love fixing things. Again, nothing as manly as fixing your own things at home. And so I got to the hardware store. I bought this item that I needed. I realized that you don't let a man wander around in a hardware store. He's gonna buy more than 10 items. He's gonna go there for one. He's gonna come back with 10, and that's exactly what
Oh,
happened
is that
to
like
me.
a girl in a shoe shop? Or a makeup
100%.
counter?
100%. That's the equivalent. Because today I lost my mind. I bought everything that I didn't really need. But I was like, yeah, maybe one day.
I might need to screw that in.
I might need to screw that in. I need this tool. I need that. Oh, it was ridiculous. But yeah, if you want to feel like a man, go to a hardware store and just walk around there. You'll feel amazing. So that's what happened today.
Okay, well, you're giving some wifeys and girlfriends some ideas as to where to take your man. Instead of a restaurant, just take him to a hardware store.
It's not every man. Okay, some men.
So it's the manly ones.
Yeah, the manly, the handy ones. Because some of them prefer the games. They want the PC games, the
Oh,
PlayStation.
yes, actually.
So if you take them to an arcade or a game store like that, they would lose their minds. As for me, hardware store. I got to fix whatever I needed to fix, and I felt. Now I'm looking around the house. I'm like, what else can I fix? Because I bought everything I need. What else needs fixing around here?
I'll tell you
Feels
what
so
needs
good.
fixing
What?
is our dancing shoes. We got to get those ready because we have a twin duo that's going to be joining us in studio today, and we're going to just find out more about how they do or how they interpret Afrotech. They're
Okay.
called Fine,
Fine.
is what they're called.
FINE.
FINE.
Nice.
And they are setting the stage for their next big hit that is called Say My Name. I'm very excited to find out what Afrotech means to them, especially in the space of music. So that's one of the conversations coming through. We also, as I mentioned, are going to be looking at misinformation in this day and age of artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that going around. Okay, we are relying more and more and more on digital platforms for information. But is the information that you're getting on there verified or is it verified? So we're going to be speaking to the founder and chief executive officer of a platform known as Verified that is designed to tackle the growing challenge of AI-driven misinformation around the world. So that and more coming through. Maybe you've had a recent trip to the hardware store and you'd like to show us pictures of what you've bought. You're most welcome to do so in case you catch this broadcast live. Welcome to The Upside.
Stay tuned to Channel Africa. Stream us on our new and updated website, channelafrica.co.za. Africa, it's time to plug into the heartbeat of the continent. Tune in to Channel Africa, your go-to radio station that broadcasts in 5 different languages.
L'Afrique du Sud célèbre la journée nationale du
Kabla hujaitwa kwa jina la Double K
or more of our forests have been destroyed.
Tamo kutuli bwanji ndi
Partido Africano da Independência da Guiné.
See, Channel Africa represents every corner of this amazing land. From Lagos to Cape Town, Nairobi to Dakar, we've got you covered with the freshest news, music, and cultures. So, turn up the volume, feel the rhythm. And join the conversation. Channel Africa, the African perspective. Your life, your rhythm, your Africa. Channel Africa. Find it for free on Google Play and the Apple App Store.
What can
~1 p.m. Central African time. What a banger there to kickstart the Friday edition of The Upside. The song is titled Wena You by Chop Life Sound System, Mr. Easy, featuring Ami Faku. Welcome to the Friday edition of The Upside, your gateway to the good life on Channel Africa, the African perspective, with me, Tebogo Lekuleni, and Matseko Mosito. We're coming to you live from the Auckland Park Studios in Johannesburg, South Africa. Join us on our social media platforms where we are streaming live, so you can see our lovely studio, our amazing guests, at Channel Africa on Facebook and YouTube, and at Channel Africa 1 on TikTok. And don't forget to download our brand new Channel Africa app so you can take us with you wherever you go. Let's talk all things AI, verifying versus verified.
Yes.
Did I say it right?
Verified. You said it. You
Verified.
said it right.
That's
And speaking of, listen, our information on channelafrica.co.za is definitely verified.
Verified,
Okay,
yes.
it definitely is. So go on the platform. Just navigate the app as it were. Download it on your phone. All the information from our news desks are definitely verified. That's a guarantee. Okay, but we are moving more and more into the online space as humanity.
Yeah.
The question then becomes, can we trust the information that we are seeing at the moment? From social media to news feeds, misinformation spreads faster than ever. That's where verified comes in. Okay, trust can no longer be assumed like it used to. It has to be verified. Verified gives people the power. This is according to its founder and chief executive officer, Kumo Makiti, and talking to us about the fact that this platform is designed to fight the growing challenge of artificial intelligence driven misinformation around the world. And we're very excited to explore this conversation with Kumo, who joins us on the line. Kumo, thank you for being here. Welcome to Channel Africa.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Yes. Can you tell us about what inspired the creation of Verified? Of course, I mentioned just some of the issues, but where did you see the gap in terms of the current digital information landscape? Kumo, can you hear us?
I'm trying to move around because the network is. Can you see me? Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you clearly.
All right. Thank you so much. What led me to develop a Verified? It was out of a frustration of seeing how many people are scammed online using personality, images. Recent scam that was going around. It was one of that Connie Ferguson. It was also on WhatsApp, where everyone believes that there's this investment scam that's going to make you rich. And, people were excited because they thought it was really Connie Ferguson, only to find out that it was a clone or a deep fake of Connie Ferguson. So I thought, how about we seal the truth, we seal the correct or the authentic media with Verified. So that's where Verified comes in. It's a blockchain and AI platform that will safeguard your media content against malicious deepfakes, online scams, misinformation, and disinformation. So it does it with AI, which is, we call it our AI a bouncer, like when you go into a nightclub and
like that.
Run around here. And then once you pass all the checks, and then you go to the blockchain will give your media content that verified seal. And this verified seal, the way I like it is because it's also clickable, so your users can just click on it to see if this really is an authentic media content and it's really from you. And also, the AI has got that explainability feature as well. I'm already talking about that, and you're only asking me.
I love it. It means that it's really verified what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And it speaks to your passion as well. It's 20 minutes after 1 p.m. Central African time. We'll continue our conversation with the founder of Verified, Kumo Makiti, right after this.
The Upside, 1 to 4 p.m. Central African Time. With Teboholi Kuleni and Mateko Mosito. Only on Channel Africa, the African Perspective.
Siyabangena manje. Vito iJabulani Kolele iMagoda. Jabulani is a young man from Giyani in Limpopo in South Africa. Very easy guy, taking things easy. To know me is to know that I love what I do, which I'm crazy about it. So when you hear me on radio, expect the best. Expect great music. Expect great content. Expect 180 minutes of nothing but fun. You'll find me on the morning reset, 3 to 6 a.m., Monday to Friday. Siyabangena baba. Ay. Mbuleke.
Darubini ya Afrika na I am Henry Shakif.
Deogratus Bwire, wewe kama mkurugenzi wa shirika la kutetea haki za binadamu kutoka kule Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. Maandamano yameendelea kwa siku ya pili. Nini kinaendelea?
Kwanza mimi ningependa tusiliweke kama wafuasi wa upinzani. Kwa sababu kiukweli mimi nilipata kidogo kushuhudia watu waliokuwa wanapita barabarani hawakuwa kwa namna yoyote ile wamebeba bendera ya chama chochote cha upinzani.
Umezungumzia swala zima vitu ambavyo havijakaa sawa vinapaswa kurekebishwa. Vitu hivyo ni nini?
Hivyo vitu ambavyo havijakaa sawa tayari nimeshavisema huko. Najua kumekuwepo na mtiririko wa matukio mengi sana. Watu ambao wanakuwa wanapinga masuala kadha wa kadha ambayo yanaonekana kufanywa na vyombo vya dola kwenye mitandao au hata pia nje, wamekuwa wakichukuliwa hatua.
Darubini ya Afrika kila Jumatatu hadi Ijumaa kuanzia saa 11 kamili hadi saa 12 kamili jioni majira ya Afrika ya Kati.
Be inspired. Stay informed. Channel Africa, the beauty of life. Now available anytime, anywhere with our new app. We take no side, none whatsoever. We are the Upside.
22 minutes after 1 p.m. Central African time. Welcome to the Friday edition of The Upside, your gateway to the good life on Channel Africa, the African Perspective, with me, Teboholi Kuleni, and Mateko Mosito. We're coming to you live from the Auckland Park Studios in Johannesburg, South Africa. Join us on our social media platforms where you can stream us from our lovely studio, see our amazing guests at Channel Africa on Facebook and YouTube, and at Channel Africa 1 on TikTok. We're talking all things artificial intelligence and how it's reshaping the way that we tell stories, how we create images, and so on and so forth. But in between, there's a fine line between real and fabricated content, and it's getting thinner and thinner by the day. But that's where Verified steps in. We're still joined on the line by the founder, Kumo Makiti. The platform empowers everyday people to pause, question, and confirm what they see online. Kumo, let's talk about some of the red flags that one needs to look out for, because we scroll on social media, everything looks normal, everything looks good to us, to the untrained eye. What are some of the first red flags that someone who may notice that a post or content piece has not been verified?
Okay, so if a content is not verified, you'll see it by not having the verified seal, right? So the verified seal is your proof of authenticity, proof of ownership. So its provenance will save humanity against this malicious AI or malicious deep. This thing started with, the viruses that would be on the links on emails. That's how this whole thing, and now it has upgraded to deepfakes or to AI. And people should just make sure that they check everything, they verify everything before they post it or before they share it.
Who was this platform designed for, Kumo? Is it for everyday users? Is it for journalists? Is it for researchers? Is it all of the above?
It's all of the above. So it's a B2B2C. So when we talk integration, obviously it's B2B, and then the C comes in once we have integrated, verified onto social media platforms. So the benefits will be going now to the users that are uploading their photos on Instagram, for instance. So it will come out as verified. So the users are able to check and click on that seal to say, or just to verify the authenticity of that media content or that piece of content.
Let's deal with the practical application of it. So say Matseko and I are in studio right now. If we are to access Verified, how are we to go about doing it? Is this an app we need to download? Is this an extension we need to download? Are there costs involved? How do we go about practically applying it now on our cell phones?
Okay, it's not an app, so you can't download it. You have to go into the platform because of the load that will be uploaded on Verified. And Verified is a blockchain infrastructure. So you will have to go into verified.io and then click on the link that will take you now into the platform for verification, and you upload. You register first because it's blockchain. You register first on the wallet and you log in, you upload your photos or whatever media content. The AI, the bouncer, will now start checking, petting you, and then will take you to the blockchain side of things where now you can get your digital fingerprint and that verified seal.
Okay.
So it's a platform. It's not a software. It's not a SaaS. It's a platform as it is. Yeah.
Okay, that's fascinating. You had me at blockchain because now it's getting deeper now. So with that said, how do you then measure the success of Verified? Is it the number of false claims that are stopped via this platform, user engagement, or is it other means?
It's all of the above, but also now we'll see less online scams. People now will be aware of what is real and what is not real, because face it, not everyone has got that forensic eye to spot a faked picture. I mean, that's how people were duped in the first place with Connie Ferguson. There was also an Elon Musk thing. In the US, Taylor Swift was defaked into being a porn star. This is a global problem. So, okay, hold on. I lost my train of thought.
No worries. Actually, what I want to know is perhaps speak to the church organizations, the religious organizations, the businesses, the communities at home that have their own WhatsApps. What are some of the red flags that we can pick up that will determine that, this is not something that we should engage with. We need to verify it. Please give some tips to our parents, the elders who are using social media for the first time, and they're not very used to seeing deep fakes. They think everything is real. What do they need to look out for?
Okay, first of all, blockchain is like that unbreakable diary. Once you write in it, it can be erased, it can be changed. Trust is written in digital stone. So once people get to know, or there's more brand exposure of verified, people will now, everything that they get, if it doesn't have that verified seal, they will match it or benchmark it against the verified content. So if it is there in the database, it will come back with the results that says who the creator is, when it was created, if it was manipulated. For example, filters are not deepfakes, right? So the AI ability will be able to say this was modified. It gives reasons. So people or normal individuals, they will just have to click on the seal. If it doesn't have that seal, then the creator did not verify his content, because the responsibility is on the creator, it's not on the follower or your customer. So you are the one that's going to tell the people that are following you, if you're a content creator or a business, that my things, my stuff, my media will have the verified seal. And in order for you to check against verified, you just click on that seal and it will tell you whether this is real or not. And the AI, the way we are training it, is not stupid. It's not going to say each and every photo, I mentioned it before, is deep fake, because when it's just filtered or the color has changed.
Okay, so then how do we find a verified, so that we don't land on the wrong verified, because there's several of them on the internet?
Yeah, so there's verified.io, but the public launch will be the first quarter of 2026. So right now we are creating the momentum, so that when it's out, you already know about it.
Okay, awesome.
Verified.io.
Verified.io, and it's launching in the year 2026, and it's a good time for us to know about the platforms of this nature, like Verified, so that we can make sure that we don't get misinformed. Next year is not the year to be misinformed. Thank you, Khuma Makiti, founder and CEO of Verified. It's 1:30. We check in with sports.
Sports on Channel Africa. The African perspective.
And we start off with the cricket news. Proteas batter Matthew Breske expects the weather conditions to decide the direction of the third and the final ODI match between them and India, set to take place in Visakhapatnam tomorrow. The morning dew has been a big factor during their tour of India, and Breske believes winning the toss and electing to bowl first in the first two games has been beneficial to them. Although they lost the first ODI, they came back with a decent batting display to chase down a massive 358 in New Raipur and level the series at 1-1. He says their batting order has a good balance of batsmanship and a power hitting, which helps them adjust to different game situations. On to football news now. The rights advocates from a range of organizations have called on the football's governing body, FIFA, to address the rising attacks on immigrants in the United States. On Wednesday, they held a press conference to raise urgent concerns around deportations, surveillance and xenophobia as the country prepares to co-host the 2026 FIFA World Cup. These warnings come in the aftermath of FIFA's decision to cancel its anti-discrimination messaging campaign in June. The mega sporting event, to be co-hosted by the United States, Canada and Mexico, presents a unique opportunity to set a new standard to ensure that working people and communities benefit from the event. However, concerns are mounting over immigrant communities facing intensified targeting ahead of the tournament, with Jamal Watkins of the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People sharing his perspective.
The first concern that we have is this notion of immigrant communities being targeted and demonized by the current political administration. You can literally turn on any news station here in the U.S. and see that there is a hyper fear, if you will, in terms of ICE raids and folks being targeted by the current administration. And so what does that look like when you have a sporting event where millions of guests from around the globe descend upon this country, the United States, with the backdrop of xenophobia and a negative targeting of immigrant communities?
Echoing these calls, Jamil Dakwa of the American Civil Liberties Union highlighted problematic local enforcement agreements.
With the devolving situation of human rights in the United States, this has put those commitments and advances at risk. So we're calling on FIFA and the host committees to reaffirm their commitments to human rights and take concrete action to ensure that this tournament does not contribute to or exacerbate harm for the people and communities involved.
On to rugby news. History will be made during next year's much anticipated Rugby's Greatest Rivalry series. South Africa's rugby has confirmed that the Springbok women would meet New Zealand's Black Ferns for the first time on South African soil. The match will be a curtain raiser for the third test of the 4-match series between the Springboks and the All Blacks on the 5th of September at the FNB Stadium in Johannesburg. The Springbok women and the Black Ferns have only met twice before at the Women's Rugby World Cups in 2010 and 2025. And South African rugby hopes this test could kickstart a new rivalry as fierce as any in the women's game. Let's end with Taekwondo. Team Kenya got off to a poor start at the World Under-21 Taekwondo Championship at the Kasarani Indoor Gymnasium. All 4 of its competitors who were in action on the opening day fell short of qualification, suffering defeat at the hands of their opponents. In the women plus 73 kg category, Waida Nechesa bowed out in the round of 16 after losing 2-0 to Mexican Paloma Garcia. The Mexican won 14-2 in the first round before wrapping up the win with a 6-0 scoreline in the final one. Next on the mat was Williams Odiambo, who lost to Serbian Todor Vasilic in the men's 58 kg round of 32 bout. For any sports stories you'd like to share with us, please send an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or call us on +2711 714 4459. This is Channel Africa Sport with me, Figile Lungwati.
Sports on Channel Africa. The African perspective. Channel Africa is evolving, and so are you. Stay connected wherever you are with our brand new website and mobile app. Stream your favorite shows, catch up on African news, culture, and conversations, all at your fingertips.
Africa is just a tap away.
Your world, your stories, now on the go.
Stay connected wherever you are.
Visit channelafrica.co.za or download the Channel Africa app today. Channel Africa, the African perspective.
35 minutes after 1 p.m. Central African time. Let's say good afternoon now to Buntle Hedbush, who's standing by with business news.
Business news on Channel Africa. The African perspective.
Thank you, Devoha. Rather, it's Matapelo today on the business news. Starting off with this story, a high-level discussion among senior finance and accounting leaders in Mombasa, Kenya, has highlighted new concerns about South Africa's financial skills shortage and the country's ability to retain critical talent. The experts warned that without stronger investment in digital and professional skills, the country risks falling further behind global standards. With unemployment stubbornly high and economic growth under strain, calls are growing for the finance profession to help build the skills needed to strengthen South Africa's workforce. Leaders in the sector say developing technical, digital and future-focused competencies will be essential to driving economic resilience. And Tunisia's powerful UGTT union has announced a nationwide strike on the 21st of January to protest restrictions on union rights and demand wage increase negotiations. This has escalated its standoff with President Kais Saied. The looming clash could cripple key public sectors and strain a government with scarce finances, risking the risk of social unrest amid growing frustrations and poor public service. And South Africa's Mpumalanga provincial government has officially launched the festive season tourism campaign to, among others, promote the sector which contributes considerably to the province's GDP. The Provincial Economic Development and Tourism MEC, Jester Siddle, says that the province is a tourist destination of choice. She says international tourist arrivals have increased by 13.3% in April. Siddle says safety measures have been strengthened to ensure the safety of tourists in the province. She says the Mpumalanga Tourism and Parks Agency is working hard to improve the tourist attraction sites. And South Africa's Higher Education and Training Minister, Buti Manamela, says the National Skills Fund's connected digital system will significantly strengthen transparency in the way public funds are spent. The system was launched in Centurion, Gauteng last night. Manamela says it is part of the fund's ongoing transformation.
Hopefully into the new financial year, once the system is fully in place, once all the 4 phases of the system have been implemented, meaning that we now are able to track learners, we are able to integrate with Home Affairs, we're able to integrate, with payment platforms and systems, so this, I believe, will go a long way in relieving the pressures around governance, around accountability, but also make the performance of the National Skills Fund even much better.
And the dollar index declined today, nearing a 5-week low as anticipation builds for a key U.S. inflation report, which is unlikely to alter expectations for a Federal Reserve interest cut next week. The dollar weakened significantly against the yen, boosted by expectations of a potential rate increase by the Bank of Japan. The dollar index was down 0.1%, close to Thursday's low of 89.765. A key inflation measure, the PCE deflator, is set for release, with economists predicting a 0.2% monthly rise. Traders expect an 86% chance of a rate cut during the Fed's upcoming meeting in December, with 2 more cuts potentially in 2024. A look at your financial indicators. $1 in Nigeria is trading at 1,000 naira 446. In Botswana, it's 13 pula 18. Kenya, the dollar is trading at 1,000 shilling 48. And in Zambia, it's 22 kwacha 95. The BRICS countries, $1 in Brazil is trading at 5 real 31. Russia at 76 rubles 56. India, it's 89 rupees 98. And China at 70 yuan 6. While in South Africa, $1 is trading at 17 rands. $1 is trading at 75 pence to the British pound and 85 to the euro. A look at your commodities. Gold is trading at $4,217 and platinum at $1,655 per ounce, while the price of Brent crude oil is at $63.26 a barrel. For any business stories you'd like to share with us, please send an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or call us on +2711 714 4459. For Channel Africa Business News, I am Matapela Mahape.
Business News on Channel Africa. The African Perspective. We are on Open Views Audio Bouquet. Channel 628.
Africa, voici Abedi.
Oui, c'est moi.
Abedi est un passionné de musique dans l'âme. Il a un goût pour toutes sortes de musique et passe ses journées à écouter Channel Africa.
J'aime beaucoup la musique africaine.
Ok. Devinez quoi? Channel Africa veut aider Abedi et les mélomanes du monde entier à découvrir encore plus de musique incroyable. C'est pourquoi Channel Africa appelle les artistes africains à soumettre leur musique. Chers artistes, n'oubliez pas de nous fournir toutes vos informations pertinentes à l'email adresse musique@channelafrica.co.za. Les soumissions sont votre chance d'être entendu, mais elles ne garantissent pas une playlist. Toutes les soumissions seront soigneusement examinées pour voir si elles répondent aux exigences de notre station. Channel Africa, la perspective africaine.
Broadcasting in 5 different languages, connecting the continent. This is Channel Africa, the African Perspective.
I want to have sex. I want to have sex. What's my stuff? I need you and nobody else. Ask God if you got my help. You can know you can meet me out here. She wanna fall like yeah. I need you and nobody else. Ask God if you got my help. You can know you can meet me out here.
Tell if you balance Diego, I give paper, we got us away. No good do me Diego, my Maradona, we got us away. Tell if I lap your sueto, Mama Fariza. Tell your back, keep it connected. Go follow your Cresco. Telling me where you there, oh my day, salute, 1 kilometer for your waist. Oh, gotta shake it, get to shake a swing music, shake up. What is the use of my money? I'm smoking, not a gonna need it. She want it for me, God, I am. You know me, I be with you. She say, baby, I got me, oh, your thing, they touching my belly, oh. Yeah, j'aime l'amour fast feet. Oh, baby, come as I live for me. Hallelujah, hallelujah. As I see, I'm hallelujah. Tell if you balance.
Keep Africa in your hands. Connect to our website for all your news, sports, and cultural updates. channelafrica.co.za.
Beautiful double play this afternoon on The Upside. How about that?
That's such a beautiful song.
Katu is on the mix this afternoon. We don't need no DJ, eh? Rayel Nalatien from Senegal.
Don't do that.
That was it by TT, by the way. That's the artist. The name of the song is Rayel Nalatien. And before that, we had Victoni. The song's name was titled Soweto, featuring Don Toliver, Rema, and Tempo. It's now 11 minutes before 2 p.m. Central African time. We're going to take a quick breather. When we get back, it's time for Vent O'Clock. What do you want to get off your chest?
Annie Kalonji sur Channel Africa.
Comment est-ce que les militants et sympathisants du parti Les Transformateurs ont-ils réagi face à la condamnation de Succès Masra?
La condamnation de Succès Masra ne nous a pas surpris et les militants transformateurs ont été bouleversés et indignés étant donné que le verdict est un verdict lourd, illégal, injuste et donc face à la répression dans laquelle le peuple tchadien est confronté, les militants transformateurs se sont résignés de ne pouvoir pas sortir manifester. Et donc, c'est une situation totalement absurde pour un pays. Et aujourd'hui, nous célébrons le 11 août, fête de l'indépendance. On pensait que le verdict allait être plus ou moins clément, mais le verdict est sévère.
Annie Kalonji, tous les dimanches sur Mix Vibration.
Channel Africa is evolving, and so are you. Stay connected wherever you are with our brand new website and mobile app. Stream your favorite shows, catch up on African news, culture, and conversations, all at your fingertips.
Africa is just a tap away.
Your world, your stories, now on the go.
Stay connected wherever you are.
Visit channelafrica.co.za or download the Channel Africa app today. Channel Africa, the African perspective. Debucho and Mateko from the Upside.
9 minutes before 2 p.m. Central African time. This is indeed The Upside. Welcome to the Friday edition of The Upside, your gateway to the good life on Channel Africa, the African perspective, with me, Debucho Lekuleni, and Mateko Mosito. Join us on our social media platforms at Channel Africa on Facebook and YouTube, and at Channel Africa 1 on TikTok. It's time. TikTok. It's time for Vent O'Clock. What do you want to get off your chest? Let us know on our social media platforms at Channel Africa on Facebook, on YouTube, and at Channel Africa 1 on TikTok. Alternatively, send us a voice note. +27 63 406 9126. Okay, Matsako Mosito.
Do I need to take a deep breath for this one?
No, it's not
Sounds
really.
Like
It's not really a. It's not really a vent per se. I came across something and I thought, okay, this could spark a debate. Research. I don't know who conducted this research. You know, people is research. Who? Who did you ask?
We want the sources.
Who's the source? Research has confirmed men tend to find women more attractive when they wear less makeup. In your experiences, Mateko Mosito, have you found this to be true?
No.
It's the opposite for you?
No. I don't know. You know where my mind is going now with that question. My mind is going to the same question that is posed around men want women who are free and empowered, and then you get one of those and you don't know what to do with it. You know?
Okay.
So it's kind of like the same thing. Okay, you want a woman with less makeup and then what must happen?
But in your previous experiences, have you found your lover, your man at the time, to want you in makeup or less? How did they prefer you? Did they want you to have makeup on all the time? And that was,
They just want me to be happy.
You wanted you to be happy.
Yes.
It was never a conversation.
They like the happy me. Yeah, it's never a conversation.
Okay. All right. I would love to hear from the gents.
You're a gent. Tell us. Hey, boo.
Do you
Why
find
are you taking yourself
women...
out of the ring? What's going on here? Which one is this one now? You're a gent. Come on now.
Can-
Are you going to prove or disprove this research?
Can I be honest? Right?
Be honest.
And this is me. Me.
Come on,
right?
speak English.
I find that when sometimes they go overboard with the makeup and it looks very unreal. It looks very, oh, please forgive me. It looks very cartoonish sometimes, right? The eyelashes, extended ones like butterflies now, it doesn't look flattering. For some, I know that they go full on face beat and snatched, blah, blah, blah. I'm not the biggest fan of that. I like lesser makeup, more natural, even better. But that's me. That's what I'm saying. That's why I had to ask other gentlemen to confirm or disprove this. Do men prefer women with less, find them more attractive with lesser makeup on, or with more? Personally, lesser for me is better. Because
because you want to see the girl. Want to see the girl.
I've seen enough of the makeup,
Yeah.
and it's sometimes like you. And that time they like, I killed it. Oh, can you look at my face? It's snatched. And I'm like, I don't like this, and I have to internalize it. I can't tell you. I have to be like, oh, baby, you look beautiful, but hey, wait, I'm a supermodel. That time I'm like, no, it's a clown face. But that's me personally. Okay. So let me know if indeed men find women more attractive with less makeup. You can send us a voice note on our WhatsApp line +27 63406 9126. We've got our technical director here, Ukatu. Katu, do you find women more attractive with less makeup on? Please be honest.
Katu on the spot
and
there.
please be honest.
So I get you guys, ne? Mine is, we are almost on the same page. Me, they are scary.
They're scary.
When they have the makeups. Okay, there's a story that I will share with you guys. I once, with my sister, she was graduating.
Yeah.
So she went for makeup. When she comes back,
yeah,
I couldn't even sit next to her because I was scared.
Wow.
For me, I like it natural.
So it's scary in the literal sense.
Natural.
No, but you know what the conversation is for me. The conversation I really would want us as women to have honestly. And I know I'm not going to be a very popular girl now after saying this, because this is not a very popular opinion.
Okay.
But this is a conversation we need to have, because there's a lot of, well, I'm doing it for myself, rhetoric that's going around. Are you really doing it for yourself, or are you doing it for the male gaze? That's a conversation that I want to have with women. Who are we actually doing it for? Especially, with the culture of us posting on social media and putting ourselves out there. Is it for the male gaze, or subconsciously? Are you doing it for the male gaze, or are you doing it for yourself? And how do you determine that? How do you know for sure that you're doing it for yourself? That's the question. But we'll leave it at that. Perhaps we'll have a round table and we'll have these conversations about feminine and masculine dynamics and makeups and all of that. I want to vent about manners and email etiquette or text etiquette.
Okay.
People misspelling people's names on email, on WhatsApp messages, on text messages, on Facebook posts, whatever. So Facebook posts, Twitter posts. It must come to an end immediately, if not sooner. Especially, the person has their signature already there for you.
Yeah.
You can cut and paste the name if the double MA is too much for you. Or you can't spell Grunewald. Or you can't spell Rioveza. Just cut and paste it.
Oh, man.
Okay, if it's going to be too much admin for you to remember the spelling of someone's name. But it is rude and unacceptable to spell people's names incorrectly in emails when the name is right there in front of you and you just decide this person is not Matseko, it's Matsego. Unacceptable. It's rude. It's ugly. It means you're not you don't have the decency to just spell my name correctly. Minimum requirement. Stop it.
Matseko is very much touched by recent events of people misspelling her name on an email when it clearly states so in the signature.
No, and it's actually not my name necessarily. I'm using my name as an example.
All right.
But I've seen it happen too often where, I mean, even in email threads, I've got a thing that's coming up and people's names are being misspelled in this email thread. Yeah. And I just feel so offended on their behalf. Yes, it's happened to me a lot where either the one M is missing or instead of a K, there's a P or a G.
Yeah.
But the name is there.
Yeah.
You've got a reference point. It's rude and ugly. Do your homework. Minimum requirement. Be respectful.
Here's the thing, Matseko. Sometimes when I've decided that your name is Macheko, it is Macheko. It's like when musicians give us music and gives us a song, right? Like that song. What's her name? I forgot her name. My world crumbles when you are not here. Goodbye, Anna. What's her name again? I try to walk away.
Macy Gray.
Macy Gray.
Yes.
So for the longest time, I used to sing, that part that says, my world crumbles when you are not here. For many years, I was saying, I blow bubbles when you are not here. I don't know why. And I accepted it.
Are you excusing this behavior?
Absolutely. I've decided that's what I'm calling you. It's 2 p.m. Central African Time.
Get the news, music, and lifestyle of Africa on Channel Africa, the African perspective.
Well, welcome to the Golden Hour, the second hour of The Upside. Before we get into our festivities of the hour, let's get the latest news.
SABC News, the African perspective.
Top stories: a Sawa caution over deployment of South African troops to the DRC and results of electrical shock aversion therapy in Britain detailed. Good afternoon, I'm Jolani Tulo Webe. Co-chairperson of the Joint Standing Committee on Defence in South Africa, Malusi Gigaba, has issued a strong warning that Parliament will not allow the deployment of troops to the DRC without a credible readiness report. He was speaking during a tense meeting in Parliament. The Defence Ministry was sent to rework its presentation on Operation Mistral, which is South Africa's long-running peacekeeping mission in the Congo, where SANDF troops support the UN in stabilizing conflict zones. Gigaba says the committee may have to convene an urgent follow-up session before soldiers are deployed.
If this response is not ready for today, we might have to request that another session be held prior to the departure of the rotating soldiers, so that we are given that comprehensive briefing and we satisfy ourselves that good decisions have been taken in this regard.
South Africa's Police Minister Senzo Mchunu has conceded that there has not been any formal review of the capability of the Political Killings Task Team, or PKTT. He directed the immediate disbandment of the task team in December last year. Witnesses that have appeared before the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry have testified that Mchunu did not consult stakeholders before the disbandment of the task team. They also allege that the decision fell outside his mandate. Mchunu is under cross-examination at the Commission in Pretoria.
Can I then go on to my conclusion, therefore, with that explanation, that admission that there had not been a review of the PKTT in particular? Here you could only have been speaking about a future review, therefore, if it must follow. If there had not been a past review of the capabilities of the PKTT, which you accept, which you say now, this sentence here that Ms. Silo was taking you through must be a reference to a future review of the PK, because it has not happened before.
Still in South Africa, President Cyril Ramaphosa has sounded a warning on the state of global climate action, stating that the world is veering off in meeting its climate commitments. Addressing the outgoing members of the Presidential Climate Commission in Pretoria, Ramaphosa noted that 9 years after the Paris Agreement and just 5 years before the deadline of the UN's Sustainable Development Goals, many nations, particularly in the Global South, are backsliding on crucial climate efforts. Citing the World Meteorological Meteorological Organization's findings last year was the warmest on record, he stressed that the planet is now on a trajectory to exceed the critical 1.5 degrees Celsius warning limit.
We know that these are challenging times for global climate action. 9 years since the signing of the Paris Agreement, and with just 5 years to go before the world aims to meet the Sustainable Development Goals, countries of the world are way off the track of achieving the climate goals.
Critics have warned that the historic peace and economic agreement signed in Washington by the presidents of Rwanda and the Democratic Republic of Congo, brokered by U.S. President Donald Trump, could deepen exploitation rather than end the bloodshed. Promoted as a breakthrough, the U.S. brokered deal commits Rwanda and the DRC to de-escalation, economic integration and billions in Western investment. Kigali-based political analyst and editor of the Pan-African Review, Lionel Ndita-Biri.
American companies can work with Rwanda and Congo to extract minerals for refinement in Rwanda and then for export in the US. So the primary conflict must be resolved, because whatever conflict there is between Rwanda and Congo arises from the fact that in its fighting with the M23, the government of Congo has recruited the FDLR to help it flush out the rebels. The American and Western media making buzz about it, but the real truth is that the main process is in Doha. So it's the primary conflict that is provoking the conflict, interstate conflict.
And finally, the British health system is reported to have subjected more than 250 lesbian, gay and bisexual people to electric shock aversion therapy in the 1960s and 70s. A BBC investigation has found that the figure is much higher than previously thought. At the time, some medical staff in Britain and elsewhere claimed the practice could change people's sexualities or gender identity. The BBC's Hayley Hassel has the details.
Survivors of aversion therapy describe being strapped to chairs and given painful electric shocks to their arms and legs. Those who were given the treatment as teenagers described lifelong trauma, including physical pain, PTSD and depression. Many were coerced into agreeing to it, told they'd be expelled from school or would lose their jobs if they refused. The Equalities Minister, Olivia Bailey, condemned the practice as utterly appalling.
Recapping the top story, the SAWA co-chairperson of the Joint Standing Committee on Defence in South Africa, Malusi Gigaba, has issued a strong warning that Parliament will not allow the deployment of troops to the DRC without a credible readiness report. He was speaking during a tense meeting in Parliament. For any news stories you would like to share with us, please do send an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or call us on +27 11 714 4459. For Channel Africa News, I'm Cholani Tulo Webe.
SABC News. The African Perspective. Time to stay informed, inspired, and connected to the ideas driving Africa forward. The Upside on Channel Africa, the African Perspective.
Seven minutes after 2 p.m. Central African Time. Come on now. Welcome to The Upside. The golden hour of The Upside, your gateway to the good life on Channel Africa, the African Perspective, with me, Tebohole Kuleni and Matseko Mosito. Happy Friday! Happy Friday to you and yours. Thank you so much for tuning in. Join us on our social media platforms at Channel Africa on Facebook and YouTube, and at Channel Africa 1 on TikTok is where we are streaming live. If you'd like to send us a hi, how are you? Or maybe happy birthday. Our WhatsApp line is +27634069126. We'd love to hear from you. Where are you streaming us from this afternoon? And also do me a favor, download our brand new Channel Africa app so you can take us with you wherever you go. In this hour of The Upside, we follow the fine with a musical duo who will be joining us in studio. Talk about progressive Afro house. They are the names that stand out. Shoulders above the heads.
Something to that effect.
They're giraffes.
But that's what happens when it's not one but two Fine Brothers.
Fine Brothers.
Yes. The Fine Brothers are here. Okay, so we've got a DJ duo coming through, as Deborah had said, and well, their last name is Fine, and they call themselves Fine, and they are in studio. South African-born, Australian-based duo. And what they are able to do with the Afro tech is something the entire continent needs to hear. And guess what? Not one, but two of them, both of them, are going to be joining us in studio, and we're going to have a conversation ahead of their live mix right here in studio. So just in case you don't know, every single Friday we bring you live mixes, and today we have a treat for you because it's not one DJ, but it's two.
Oh, absolutely. Looking forward to that one. And you're more than welcome to investigate the show and see it for yourself on social media at Channel Africa on Facebook and YouTube, and at Channel Africa 1 on TikTok. We shall follow the fine in this hour. It's 10 minutes after 2 p.m. Central African time. Welcome to the golden hour of the
Mix Vibration sur Channel Africa.
Qu'est-ce qui vous a amené à dire ça? Est-ce que vous avez observé un certain nombre d'événements dans la vie? Est-ce que c'était par rapport à une expérience? Est-ce que vous avez rencontré des choses qui vous ont dit il faut de la patience, comme ça les choses vont venir au bon moment et les bons dieux pourra peut-être me visiter?
Oui, c'était justement un conseil que le Seigneur m'a fait inspirer pour donner à son peuple, parce qu'il y a la plupart des gens, pendant que Dieu bénit les autres, ils pensent que Dieu les a oubliés, et pendant que Dieu ouvre pour les autres, ils pensent que peut-être Dieu n'a pas pu écouter leurs prières. Alors, ce n'est pas le cas. Alors, Dieu bénit tout un chacun de nous avec son temps. Donc, le temps de Dieu est toujours le meilleur dans la vie de tout un chacun de nous.
Mix Vibration, tous les dimanches, de 18h à 19h, temps universel.
Você é fluente em português? É apaixonado por rádio e quer trabalhar na África do Sul? Você tem documentos que o qualificam para trabalhar na África do Sul? Nesse caso, podemos ter uma oportunidade para você trabalhar no Canal África. Envie seu currículo e demonstração para Canal África at newsroom@channelafrica.co.za. Lembre-se, se você não receber alguma resposta nossa em 14 dias, isso significa que você não foi selecionado. Canal África, a perspectiva africana.
Channel Africa, your voice, your sound, and your home. Stay logged right here.
minutes after 2 p.m. Central African time. Oh, listen to that banger of a song. Say My Name from the Fine Boys, the Fine Twins. Follow the Fine and you'll have great music like that. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second hour of The Upside, your gateway to the good life on Channel Africa, the African perspective with me, Tebohole Kuleni and Matsheko Mosito. Join us on our social media platforms where we are streaming live so you can see our lovely studio and see our amazing guests at Channel Africa on Facebook and YouTube and at Channel Africa 1 on TikTok. South African born and now based in Australia. Why Australia? We'll find out in a second. Clearly, you're very happy. The Ashes are underway right now. Australia are doing very well. The Fine duo, the Fine Twins, are back with the new track. It's titled Say My Name. That's the one we're just listening to. A song that leans into instinct and raw emotion while carrying subtle Caribbean touches. Featuring the powerful vocals of Nigerian artist Pina Asha, the track opens a window into the feelings we often hide behind a smile. And Fine wrap it all in a sound that works on a dance floor and in a quiet moment alike. Years of experimentation and global collaboration have shaped their rhythm and their identity, with an African foundation sharpened by an international outlook. Fine are carving out a sound that's both familiar and fresh, and their influence just keeps on growing. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to The Upside, the Fine Brothers!
Thank you for such a warm intro. It's so nice to be here.
How are you guys doing, man?
We're doing good, thank you. It's been 2 weeks so far in SA. Yeah. We feel like now we're sort of like settling in. We've found our feet. We've already played one show. But the vibes are good here. You know, it's December. It feels good. We feel grateful just to be able to do what we love and travel around and have fun.
Oh no, you've got that Aussie twang thingy. You're probably an Aussie, aren't you? I want to know about, you are twins, correct?
Correct.
But tell us the miracle story of your birth, because I don't think anyone has heard it before.
Yeah, I mean, our mom calls us her miracle babies for valid reason. She had a really difficult pregnancy, struggled, you know, like most women experience at some point. I mean, maybe not everyone, but, you know, it wasn't easy to have kids. And then we were one of the first, so we understand, one of the first twins to be born through IVF, which was a fairly new form of like helping women have children at the time. And you know, we were born 37 weeks. He was like, he should have been blind. He was like in an incubator for like 8 weeks. We were born like, I don't know, just over a kg each. And it's funny when, you know, we could fit in a shoebox when we were younger, and now multiple shoeboxes combined together.
Love it for you.
Amazing.
I love it. That is so amazing. But before we talk about, I mean, we've got a lot to celebrate, including the new hit that we're going to talk about. But just you getting into music. Also, it's not really common, even though you are twins, but it's not common that twins would find themselves in the same career or the same business. You know, you want to be individuals, you want to do your own thing, and he wants to do his own thing. So how did that come about? How did you both decide that music is the way to go and we're going to do the Afrotech thing together?
It's a good question, because when you know the story, it all makes so much logical sense, even though it seems as though it's quite random from the outside. Yeah. So we grew up in Botswana, and we were there for 13 years. And at the time, there wasn't any nightlife. Like, we remember the days where we watched people queuing up to go on an escalator because they thought it was like a roller coaster. There was no roller coasters, nothing. Wow. You know, it was like super early days. And then we went to Cape Town for the first time when we turned 18. We went to Shimmy Beach Club at the time. And who did we see? Black Coffee. It was the first ever artist that we had seen in a nightclub before. We didn't even know what Afro House was called. We were like, this is really cool. We want to do it. And we had done music our whole life before. So it just so happened when we ended up overseas, we were living in Europe. And actually Craig started DJing first. Okay. And basically the only music that we knew was Afro House. And then, long story short, there was a couple of things that happened. We met some people in the industry, and we were like, you know what? Everyone says they love the music when we play. We seem to be the only people like sort of pushing this Afro sound on the other side of the world. Let's just give it a go. And that's literally what happened.
Oh, that's amazing. What a story. What a story. We're going to play a quick game with you. It's called a game of chance to see if the odds are in your favor. All right. We've got Craig and we've got Darren Fine. We want to see who amongst the two of you has the odds in their favor. It's a simple card game. I'm just going to ask you black or red. I'm going to deal you a card. You just tell me if you think it's a black or a red. We'll have 3 rounds. Gentlemen, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's see if the odds are in your favor and if you've got that twin telepathy thing going on there. Here we go.
Is it a competition between us?
Yes, let's make it a
Okay,
competition.
But do we answer at the same time?
No.
Okay.
Individually. Craig and Darren. All right. Craig, here we go. Black or red?
Red.
Go for it. Pick the card. Show the camera. Is it red?
No.
Black. All right. Darren, here we go. Black or red?
I'm going black.
He's going black. Is it a black? Is it a black?
Ah, shoot.
Oh!
We literally have no odds in our favor at this rate.
The odds are not in your favor in round 1. There are 2 more rounds to go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're hanging out with the Fine Brothers. Don't go anywhere. It's 20 minutes after 2 p.m. Central African time.
Got something to say? Are you passionate about issues that matter? Do you have a voice that deserves to be heard? Well, we've got the perfect platform for you. Call in or drop us a WhatsApp on +27 63 406 9126 and we will call you back so you could have your say and be part of the conversation.
30 years of age. I just turned 30 on the 15th of November. So yeah, that's who I am, you know.
It's not just talk. It's your chance to air your views. Share your opinion. Engage with the community that values your perspective. Follow us on our social media. Visit our website at www.channelafrica.co.za and get ready to share your views on Channel Africa, the African perspective. Your afternoons just got even better. Fresh and exciting. The Upside, hooking you up with today's news from an African perspective.
21 minutes after 2 p.m. Central African time. We are still hanging out with the Fine Brothers, Craig and Darren. They've got a new song that they've released. We played it earlier. It's called Say My Name. What was the inspiration behind that? Craig, I'll ask you.
I wish I could give you some cliche answer that there was some magical story, but to be honest, when you're in the creative world and you just make music like all the time, you sit down behind a blank project and you just put things down on the page until you have something that feels great and you know works well. And then it gets to a point where you go, okay, I feel like it needs some magical vocals. And then you start listening to the track and, you know, vocalists you love. And then you go, gee, who would, you know, best represent, which voice would do the song justice? And Fina, just, we've always wanted to work with her. She's amazing. And we were like, all right, you are the chosen one.
Love it. Oh, love it.
And luckily she agreed.
Right.
It wouldn't have sounded so great if she didn't.
It's really amazing. You know, you remind me of so many other like European duos. You know, the Saint Germains and there's so many names don't come to mind at the moment. But when did the both of you decide that this is something to take seriously? Because it started off, you know, by chance, and then it became like a little passion, and now it's a full-blown career. When did it hit you that, okay, we can settle into this and we can, you know, change some dance floors and create some dance floor fillers?
There was actually one specific day in Sydney. So we had just come back from overseas and we were doing one show in Sydney. And it was the day before New Year's Eve. And I don't know if you guys know, but in Sydney they do fireworks on New Year's Eve.
Yes.
So no one does an event the day before. We were the only guys dumb enough basically to do it. So we did an event. And anyways, long story short, Rufus Du Sol, if you know who that is, they walked into our show and we ended up meeting them at like 3 o'clock in the morning. And turns out that they were in town, but there was bushfires at the time and their show got cancelled. And we were the only event that showed up in Sydney for that particular night. So they pulled through. So we met them. We ended up going back to their hotel, showed them some music. They were like, guys, this is dope. You should give it a go. We recommend that you move to Los Angeles. And just before that, we had met someone from LA that same day, a guy called Paul, through a family friend who now is our manager. He lives in Los Angeles. So it was like in that 24-hour period, we suddenly could see like a way where we could potentially commercialize what we were doing. We had a manager, potentially. Rufus Du Sol was saying, you guys should do it. So we're like, okay, if we don't do it, we're going to regret it. So let's just give it a go.
Stars were aligned and it worked out perfectly. I want to then find out from a creative perspective, because you are twins, Do you find yourselves finishing each other's sentences? Do you find yourself finishing each other's, let's get into this beat and I think we'll complete it like this. Do you clash? How does it work working together creatively?
I mean, I think, like, I play the drums. That's Craig speaking for those that are listening. Darren, played the piano. We both are not classically trained, but we actually learn by ear. So we both have different strengths and weaknesses when it comes to production.
Yeah.
And I think naturally, when you spend as much time as we do together, I think even if you weren't twins, if you spent the last 28 years with another human being, you would probably know each other super well. So I think twin thing is one thing, but I think because we spent a lot of time together, we know each other super well. Finishing sentences, not so much. It's not as typical like that for twins. But, we both have great ideas and we both work individually and then collectively as well on the ideas. And we just create. Like, there's no secret. It's just, you just feel inspired and put stuff down and it works or it doesn't.
Perfectly said.
Can I add one thing to that?
Yes, please.
It even it translates on the DJ deck. So a lot of the time, like, we watch Friends, they show up to play, and they're just not as in sync, probably because they genuinely are not sitting in the same room 24/7 playing or planning, etc., or listening to music. But it's like we get on the decks and it's like, I just sort of know what Craig's going to do without even having to communicate. It's almost like you get into a rhythm. Like, people have their own little things that they do, and it helps when you're on the decks because it sort of like creates those little magic moments where I know he's doing a certain effect with this knob and I'm playing with the other knob, and you put that together and something sounds really good. So it definitely helps.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's such a beautiful thing. I want to know more about Fina Asha. Because the two of you were just born global citizens, right? You're in South Africa, then you were born in South Africa, lived in Botswana, now in Australia. You've been to LA and, other places. And then you find her. How did you find her, and how did that collaboration come about?
It was actually through, I forget the name of the song, but there's an Anne Friend song. Okay. I know how it sounds, but I don't know the name. Yeah. But she's the vocalist on that. And when we heard it, her voice it's in a league of its own. There's a lot of good vocalists. We are personally pretty particular about who we work with. We're after a good voice, but also someone that's not sort of like overused. And we just felt like Fina is like a superstar in our eyes. Like, she deserves the exposure. She's got an amazing voice, really good at singing in English, which is actually something that a lot of vocalists can't do. And we specifically wanted English vocals. And she's just such a gem to work with. Like, there's some people you can get a vibe with over WhatsApp and whatnot. Fina is super easy. She's down to earth. We're on video calls. She didn't mind feedback. So it was like the perfect option for this track.
It's 27 minutes after 2 p.m. Central African time. We're still hanging out with the Fine Brothers. Round number 2 of a game of chance. Craig, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Round 1 is, let's not talk about round 1. Round 2, black or red?
I'm going to stick with my original, and I'm going to go with red again and try my luck.
Red. Here we go. Craig, is it black or is it red?
No.
Craig, what is it?
It's not the color I picked.
Oh, all right. Darren.
I'm
black.
also sticking.
You're sticking. Black or red? You're going to go for...
I'm going black.
Black again. Here we
Let's go.
Is it black?
Oh, I got a joker.
And it's red.
It's a red joker.
It's like a lucky card.
It is a red joker.
It's a red joker.
But it's red.
But it's a red joker.
Damn.
All right. Round number 2. Guys, you still have one more round. One more round. I believe
I'm rooting for you.
I believe it. I'm going to start praying.
I believe in
Imagine we get nothing.
No, you will get something. Say My Name is out on all streaming platforms. Go check it out. Different countries, like Matseko had mentioned, South Africa, Botswana, LA, you had Australia. Talk to us about bringing all those different cultural experiences, the nuances, bringing them all together. Did it play a role?
Absolutely. If you listen to our music, I would say that our sound, if I had to describe it in a genre, is actually like progressive Afro house.
Yeah.
Because it's not your typical Afro, like it's not purely Afro. It's got a lot of melodic elements to it that you maybe would typically find in more European genres.
Yeah.
And also then it is a little bit progressive. Our bass lines and everything's quite deep, and it pushes you. They're not a slow songs.
Yeah.
So it's just because of all the experiences that we've had, like it's just shaped us wherever we've gone, and the music we've listened to at the time, whatever. It just all translates into when we create.
I love that, man.
Sounds amazing.
Oh, I love it.
I'm very excited to tap into the new single that's also going to be dropping soon, titled Changes. So we're going to talk about that as well. And how apt is that? Because, I believe in following the cycles of the moon. We've come out of a super moon. It's a rare super moon, okay? The next one that we're going to have is going to be in 2042. So changes for the year 2026. We're going to talk about that with the Fine Brothers in studio with us. And also, you're going to be mixing for us, aren't you?
We are. We're stoked.
Very, very stoked about that. Live on Channel Africa. So please watch the show, watch the broadcast if you'd like to see them mix live. We are on YouTube, and we're also streaming live on Facebook. It's 2:30.
Sports on Channel Africa. The African perspective.
Of World Rugby news, South African Rugby has extended the contract of Springbok coach Rassie Erasmus for a further 4 years. That means the double World Cup winning coach's contract will only expire in 2031 after the World Cup in the United States. South African Rugby President Mark Alexander made the announcement at the Federation's general meeting of member unions. He said the governing body was proud to reaffirm its commitment to excellence because Erasmus has made an enduring impact and shaped the identity of Springbok Rugby. The former Springbok captain was first appointed Director of Rugby in 2018. Under his guidance, South Africa won successive World Cups in 2019 and 2023. They also finished the last 3 seasons as a top-ranked team in the world. Last year, his title changed to Springbok head coach. On to football news. Rights advocates from a range of organizations have called on the football's governing body, FIFA, to address the rising attacks on immigrants in the United States. On Wednesday, they held a press conference to raise urgent concerns around the deportations, surveillance, and xenophobia as the country prepares to co-host the 2026 FIFA World Cup. These warnings come in the aftermath of FIFA's decision to cancel its anti-discrimination messaging campaign in June. The mega sporting event, to be co-hosted by the United States, Canada and Mexico, presents a unique opportunity to set a new standard to ensure that working people and communities benefit from the event. Now, however, those concerns are mounting over immigrant communities facing intensified targeting ahead of the tournament, with Jamal Watkins of the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People sharing his perspective.
The first concern that we have is this notion of immigrant communities being targeted and demonized by the current political administration. You can literally turn on any news station here in the U.S. and see that there is a hyper fear, if you will, in terms of ICE raids and folks being targeted by the current administration. And so what does that look like when you have a sporting event where millions of guests from around the globe descend upon this country, the United States, with the backdrop of xenophobia and a negative targeting of immigrant communities?
On to athletics now. Renowned athletics coach Andrew Boysens has played down his remarkable success after becoming the first coach to guide both the men and women's winners of the Soweto Marathon, as well as the 2 Oceans champion in the same cycle. Lesotho star Neheng Kgathala won the women's title last year and added the half-marathon crown this year, while compatriots Joseph Seotladi sealed a rare marathon double by winning the Soweto Marathon after his 2 Oceans triumph in April. Boysen says the credit belongs to the athletes, praising their hard work and commitment while insisting the spotlight must remain on them.
The athletes are focused, and when they decide they're running a certain race, we prepare for that race. We spend 4 months in preparation, and then we make sure that the athlete arrives on race day as ready as can be, and arrives there relaxed, in good shape, and with a game plan how he can run as the best and 200 best potential in the race against the opposition and hopefully come off top.
Kgathala, with more than 30 years of coaching experience behind him, the Pietermaritzburg-born mentor said he always expected greatness from Kgathala, who recently completed her sports science studies at the Northwest University. He believes her versatility across different distances will take her even further.
Yes, she's a quality athlete over half marathon, and more importantly, she's passed all her studies, which is the most. We're very proud of her, okay? And now she'll be a full-time athlete from next year, and that will also give her opportunity and time to go and race in Europe as well.
Let's end with Taekwondo. Team Kenya got off to a poor start at the World Under-21 Taekwondo Championship at the Kasarani Indoor Gymnasium. All 4 of its competitors who were in action on the opening day fell short of qualification, suffering defeat at the hands of their opponents. In the women plus 73 kg category, Waida Nechisa bowed out in the round of 16 after losing 2-0 to Mexican Paloma Garcia. For any sports stories you'd like to share with us, please send an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or call us on +27 11 714 4459. This is Channel Africa Sport with me, Figure Lingwati.
Sports on Channel Africa. The African perspective. No fairy tales, just the facts and the music you love on Channel Africa. Channel Africa is evolving, and so are you. Stay connected wherever you are with our brand new website and mobile app. Stream your favorite shows, catch up on African news, culture, and conversations, all at your fingertips.
Africa is just a tap away.
Your world, your stories, now on the go.
Stay connected wherever you are.
Visit channelafrica.co.za or download the Channel Africa app today. Channel Africa, the African perspective.
36 minutes after 2 p.m. Central African Time. Matapelo Mahape is standing by now with the latest in business news.
Business news on Channel Africa. The African perspective.
Thank you, Deboho, and good afternoon. Australia's High Commissioner to South Africa, Tegan Brink, has described the opening of the Qala Shallows gold mine in Roodepoort on Thursday as highly significant. Brink says it is the new underground gold mine in South Africa in 15 years, backed by Australian company West Mining. The project is expected to create around 1,000 jobs and bring wider benefits to the local community. In an interview with Channel Africa, Brink highlighted the strong mining and economic ties between South Africa and Australia, signalling stronger fraternal relationships the two nations enjoy. The launch officiated by Mineral and Petroleum Resources Minister Gwede Mantashe.
This is hugely significant. I mean, as we heard, this is the first new underground gold mine in South Africa that's opened in 15 years. And I'm really delighted to see an Australian company be the one to make that investment, which will result in, I understand, 1,000 jobs and other benefits to the local community.
The Public Investment Corporation of South Africa has confirmed that its former Chief Operations Officer, Vuyani Hako, has received more than $587,000 as a settlement to part ways with the company. The substantial payout has been offered as a mutual separation agreement, allowing Hako to exit early for the 2024-2025 financial year, despite being still under suspension since 2022. He was accused of irregular payments and facing forensic investigations, among other things. CEO of the PIC, Patrick Lameni, elaborates.
I think it's important to highlight to the committee as well, Chair, that a very strict confidentiality undertaking was entered into by both parties in regard to the separation. And as a result, we are not at liberty to share the content thereof, Chair, but I think suffice to say that it was eventually entered into, and those amounts that I read out, just over 10 million was agreed as a final settlement by both parties.
And South Africa's Mpumalanga provincial government has officially launched the festive season tourism campaign to, among others, promote the sector which contributes considerably to the province's GDP. The Provincial Economic Development and Tourism MEC Jester Sidwell said the province is tourist attraction of choice. She says international tourist arrival have increased by 19.3% in April. Sidwell says the safety measures have been strengthened to ensure the safety of tourists in the province. She says the Mpumalanga Tourism and Parks Agency is working hard to improve the tourist attraction sites. And Tunisia's powerful UGTT union has announced a nationwide strike on the 21st of January to protest restrictions on union rights and demand wage increase negotiations. This has escalated its standoff with Presidential Kais Saied. The looming clash could cripple key public sectors and strain a government with scarce finances, raising the risk of social unrest amid growing frustrations and poor public service. And Netflix is closing in on a deal to buy the film and streaming businesses of Warner Bros. Discovery. The streaming giant has emerged as the top bidder of Warner Bros. Ahead of rivals Comcast and Paramount Skydance after offering $28, which is estimated 470 rands per share, according to several outlets including Reuters and the New York Times. Paramount made an initial bid to buy the whole company, including its cable networks such as CNN, and for $24 a share in October, which Warner Bros. Rejected before putting itself up for sale. And look at your financial indicators. $1 Nigeria is trading at 1,446 naira. In Botswana, it's 13 pula 18. Kenya, the dollar is trading at 128 shilling 48. And in Zambia, it's 22 kwacha 95. The BRICS countries, $1 in Brazil is trading at 5 rand 31. Russia, it's 76 rubles 56. India, it's 89 rupees 98. While in China, it's 71 6. And in South Africa, $1 is trading at 17 rands. $1 is trading at 75 pence to the British pound and 85 to the euro. A look at your commodities. Gold is trading at $4,221 and platinum at $1,651 per ounce, while the price of Brent crude oil is at $63.20 a barrel. For any business stories you'd like to share with us, please send an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or call us on +2711 714 4459. For Channel Africa Business News, I am Matapela Mahape.
Business News on Channel Africa. The African Perspective. Gender-based violence is destroying lives and tearing communities apart. It happens in homes, in schools, at workplaces, and too often in silence. But it doesn't have to continue. If you see it, speak out. If you are hurting, reach out. Because doing nothing is not an option. Listen to all 19 SABC radio stations from Wednesday, 23rd of July for hard talk, discussions, advice, dramas, educational shows, and interviews around GBV with experts, survivors, lawmakers, and the whole country affected by gender-based violence. For all your favorite SABC radio stations, call 0800 428 428 to report abuse or get help. GBV, it ends with you. This message is brought to you by the SABC. The Upside, 1 to 4 p.m. Central African Time. With Teboholi Kuleni and Mateko Mosito. Only on Channel Africa, the African Perspective.
All right, welcome to the Upside. We are in the mix in just a moment with our DJ duo, our twin DJ duo, that is Fine, at Follow the Fine on Instagram to check out their gig guide. They're going to be at Greenhouse this weekend on Saturday. The following Saturday, they're going to be in at Club 8, I believe, and then Plettenberg Bay will get their opportunity as well. And then I know they're going to be in Halo in Cape Town on the 31st of December. But to get the full gig guide of the Fine Brothers at Follow the Fine. They are standing by on the decks. Take it away.
We amathambe bheke ezansi inyuka amathambe bheke phezulu oh yekaningisa baba yekaningisa see A moment of love, a dream, a laugh, a kiss, a cry, our rights, our wrongs. A moment of love, a dream, a laugh, a moment of love, a dream, a laugh. Just stay there. Stop becoming over. While I Inazako, simi, wanapagaje. Inazako, simi, wanapagaje. Alpha, Omega, nini webata, osio babalo. Inazako, simi, wanapagaje. Inazako, simi,
Danko, there we go. Oh, you know what? Having people who are smart, quick to the buttons. Ladies and gentlemen, the Fine Brothers. How y'all doing? I tell you what, let's set you up with a microphone. I think the closest one would be the one there by our social media specialist. Oh, yeah, that one. Both of them. You can share. Fantastic. Gents, what a mix. You know what? I always wonder what DJs think when they play their mixes and they're seeing people jamming to their mixes, responding in the most insane way possible. How does it feel for you?
There is no better feeling than people dancing to your set, because music has no language. It transcends all language. Doesn't matter where you are, what you're from. If the vibe is a vibe, it's a vibe.
If the vibe is a vibe, it's a vibe. Where can we follow the Fine on the socials?
It's exactly as you said it. It's Follow the Fine, I think, on nearly every platform. But otherwise, we're still in South Africa for another month. So, whoever's listening, if they want to come to a show, if they want to link up, shoot us a message. We're super open and we'd love to meet everyone.
And just a reminder of the upcoming performances.
We have Greenhouse this Saturday.
Okay.
So that's Joburg. We have a club called 8 the following Saturday. Then we do Wonder Bay Fest in Plettenberg Bay with Zakes Bantwini on the 28th of December.
Nice.
Then we do 2 shows on New Year's Eve in Cape Town, Halo and Secrets of Summer. And then we're off to Bali on the 1st of January.
A festival of festivities. This festive season is going to be amazing with the Fine Brothers. Here's the final round. I didn't forget. The final round of chants. Round 1, round 2 didn't go your way. Let's make it count with this one. Craig, I'm going to start with you. Again, what are you feeling? Black or red, sir?
I'm going to stick to my guns. The same color I started with is the same one I'm going to end with. And
red. Red. Please take the card and show it to the camera. Is it indeed red? Final round? Yes! Come on. Darren, no pressure. Black or red?
I'm going black.
Sticking to your card.
Sticking to black.
Here we go. Pick it, show it to the camera.
Yes!
Well, I said it earlier. I said both of you are going to get it. Ladies and gentlemen, the Fine Brothers are leaving the building. Final words to your fans in South Africa, in Australia, around the world, throughout Africa.
We hope everyone has an amazing December. Best of luck for the festive season to everyone. May God bless you all with health and happiness, and may 2026 be an even better year than this year was for you. And thanks for all the love.
Amazing.
Amen. I mean, that says it all, to be honest. How can you even add to that. But no, thank you. We feel at home here. We're very grateful. We humbled, and good vibes only. So let's have a great time together.
You're welcome here or back anytime. Ladies and gentlemen, the Fine Brothers at 3. It's 3 p.m. Central African time. Let's enter the final hour of The Upside. Let's give them a huge round of applause. The Fine Brothers!
The voice of the continent, now online, with all your sports fixtures, lifestyle, and more.
African time, you've entered the final hour of The Upside. Let's get the latest news before we get into our festivities in this hour.
SABC News. The African Perspective.
Top stories. A Sawa fighting continues unabated in the DRC, and the German parliament votes in favour of reinstating military service. Good afternoon. I'm Jonani Tulo Webe. Fighting has raged on in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. This comes a day after U.S. President Donald Trump hosted Congolese and Rwandan leaders in Washington to sign new deals aimed at ending years of conflict in a region rich in minerals. Congo's President Felix Tshisekedi and Rwanda's Paul Kagame yesterday reaffirmed commitments to a U.S. brokered deal reached in June to stabilize the vast country and open the way for more Western mining investment. On the ground, however, fierce fighting continued, with the warring sides blaming one another. The Rwandan-backed M23 rebel group, which seized the two largest cities in eastern Congo earlier this year, is not bound by the Washington Agreement, and a Congolese army spokesperson says clashes were ongoing and Rwandan forces were bombing. Meanwhile, co-chairperson of the Joint Standing Committee on Defence in South Africa, Malusi Gigaba, has issued a strong warning that Parliament will not allow the deployment of troops to the DRC without a credible readiness report. He was speaking during a tense meeting in Parliament. The Defence Ministry was sent to rework its presentation on Operation Mistral, which is South Africa's long-running peacekeeping mission in the Congo, where SANDF troops support the UN in stabilizing conflict zones. Gigaba says the committee may have to convene an urgent follow-up session before the soldiers are deployed.
If this response is not ready for today, we might have to request that another session be held prior to the departure of the rotating soldiers, so that we are given that comprehensive briefing and we satisfy ourselves that good decisions have been taken in this regard.
South Africa's President Cyril Ramaphosa has sounded a warning on the state of global climate action, stating that the world is veering off in meeting its climate commitments. Addressing the outgoing members of the Presidential Climate Commission in Pretoria, Ramaphosa noted that 9 years after the Paris Agreement and just 5 years before the deadline of the UN's Sustainable Development Goals, many nations, particularly in the global north, are backsliding on crucial climate efforts, citing the World Meteorological Organization's findings that last year was the warmest on record. He stressed that the planet is now on a trajectory to exceed the critical 1.5 degrees Celsius warning limit.
We know that these are challenging times for global climate action. 9 years since the signing of the Paris Agreement, and with just 5 years to go before the world aims to meet the Sustainable Development Goals, countries of the world are way off the track of achieving the climate goals.
Chief Research Specialist at the Human Science Research Council in South Africa, Dr. Stephen Gordon, says disadvantaged communities are the hardest hit by the country's high corruption rates. This is among the findings of a study conducted by the HSRC. It also found that many adults reported living in communities where public officials engage in bribery, nepotism and sexual extortion. The study explored how South Africans can be encouraged to adopt an anti-corruption mindset and work with authorities to fight corruption. Gordon says protecting whistleblowers is key to fighting corruption.
We need to strengthen protection for whistleblowers, publicize successful anti-corruption actions, and promote anonymous tip-off hotlines. Policymakers must recognize the role of economic disadvantage and design interventions that take these inequalities into account when looking to fight corruption.
The German parliament has voted in favour of reinstating military service. It comes as students in about 90 cities across Germany have been taking part in a school strike in protest against the move. The BBC's Bethany Bell in Berlin has more details about the law.
All 18-year-old men will have to fill in a questionnaire and undergo a medical examination to check their suitability for military service. Germany's Chancellor Friedrich Merz says he wants to create Europe's strongest conventional army. The government says military service will be voluntary for as long as possible. However, if the security situation gets worse or if there are too few volunteers, the government could decide to make it compulsory with the approval of Parliament.
Recapping the top story, the Sawa fighting has raged on in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. For any news stories you would like to share with us, please do send an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or call us on +2 711 714 For Channel Africa News, I'm Jonani Tulo-Wepe.
SABC News. The African Perspective. Get Channel Africa on DSTV Audio Bouquet. Channel 802. Time to stay informed, inspired, and connected to the ideas driving Africa forward. The Upside on Channel Africa. The African Perspective.
Minutes after 3 p.m. Central African Time. This is the final hour of The Upside, the Friday edition of The Upside, your gateway to the good life on Channel Africa, the African Perspective, with me, Tebohole Kuleni, and Matsheko Mosito. Thank you so much for tuning in this afternoon. Join us on our social media platforms if you haven't done so already, or tell your friends and family. We're streaming live on social media at Channel Africa on Facebook and YouTube, and at Channel Africa 1 on TikTok. And don't forget to download our brand new Channel Africa app so you can take us with you wherever you go on your Android or your iOS device. It's the final hour, and we save, I don't know, it sounds wrong saying we save the best for last. It shouldn't be like that. The Fine Brothers were amazing, right? But Ukeli Khumalo will be joining us in studio. How awesome is that?
That is too awesome. I want to play a game of chance with you.
What you need?
With you? No.
You need a full deck.
Don't gosh, I wanted to use these three, but it's okay. Okay, so chances that Kelly Khumalo is already at the gate.
Chances?
Yes, what are the chances? Red, for she is at the gate, and black, she's still very far from the studio.
I'm going to go with red, she's at the gate.
Okay.
All right? Yeah, no, she's at the gate.
Okay.
She's here.
Let's confirm that with a Gorky.
Let's confirm a game of chance. Here we go. I said red, right?
You said red. She is actually at the gate.
She is at the gate.
Just by the way.
So I lied.
Listen, you both lied. You and the card. Kelly Khumalo in studio with us in just a few moments.
Broadcasting in 5 different languages, connecting the continent. This is Channel Africa, the African Perspective. Channel Africa is evolving, and so are you. Stay connected wherever you are with our brand new website and mobile app. Stream your favorite shows, catch up on African news, culture, and conversations, all at your fingertips.
Africa is just a tap away.
Your world, your stories, now on the go.
Stay connected wherever you are.
Visit channelafrica.co.za or download the Channel Africa app today. Channel Africa, the African perspective. Africa Update on Channel Africa with Lulu Kabu.
Mozambique's opposition leader Venancio Mondlane has been charged with incitement to terrorism and disobedience. He faces a total of 5 charges. The charges relate to post-election violence that left hundreds of people dead. What punishment is he looking at?
The most severe charges are 2. One is incitement for terrorism, and also is being charged for mobilizing people for terrorism during the protests. These charges are really serious and severe. If he is condemned, is found guilty, he could serve 10 years plus years in jail, meaning that he would be banned from political participation, mainly for the 2028 and 2029 electoral cycle.
The director of CDD, the Center for Democracy and Development, Adriano Novunga.
Africa Update with Lulu Kabu, 12 to 1 p.m. Central African Time. We are on Open Views Audio Bouquet. Channel 628. Tebogo and Mateko from the upside. Keep Africa in your hands. Connect to our website for all your news, sports, and cultural updates. channelafrica.co.za.
Annika Longi sur Channel Africa.
Comment est-ce que les militants et sympathisants du parti Les Transformateurs ont-ils réagi face à la condamnation de Succès Masra?
La condamnation de Succès Masra ne nous a pas surpris et les militants transformateurs ont été bouleversés et indignés étant donné que le verdict est un verdict lourd, illégal, injuste et donc face à la répression dans laquelle le peuple tchadien est confronté, les militants transformateurs se sont résignés de ne pouvoir pas sortir manifester. Et donc c'est une situation totalement absurde pour un pays. Et aujourd'hui nous célébrons le 11 août, fête de l'indépendance. On pensait que le verdict allait être plus ou moins clément, mais le verdict est sévère.
Annika Longi, tous les dimanches sur Mix Vibration.
If it's news and current affairs, leading opinions, and thought leaders that get your groove, this is your home, The Upside.
Coming through with the very talented Kelly Khumalo. They say dynamite comes in small packages. Listen, she's got pipes for days and a beauty that is just unforgettable. Coming through with Mpini, War or At War, the title of the song. And also double playing with Kelly Khumalo's Nyamezela, hey, featuring Mondli Ngobo. Wonderful producer and songwriter from here in South Africa. Kelly Khumalo is making her way to the studio, and we're going to talk about brand new music. I understand she brought the house down when she was at Hard Rock Cafe. A good friend of mine was actually emceeing there, and apparently she's just absolutely incredible with a live band. It's just something else.
She is brilliant. I remember seeing her, this was many years ago, at some other radio station's Christmas carol situation. She went onto the stage, blew everyone away. Her voice enveloped the entire room. The entire garden was just full of her voice, and it was the most beautiful thing ever. It's 21 minutes after 3 p.m. Central African time. The Queen, Kelly Khumalo, will be joining us in studio. Don't go anywhere.
9 to 12 midday Central African time. On the move with Palisa Tau and Benjamin Mushatama.
Now, when you go to the hospital, there's medical attention that you need, and that's the only experience you're expecting to have. If you are a transgender person, sometimes those experiences can be marred by the demand of trying to understand your gender, your sexuality, and not particularly getting the assistance that you need.
One time, I was sexually abused by someone who used to live next door to my house. So when I went to the police to report, I was in a weave, I was wearing a dress, and when I got there, the police person that helped me said to me, obviously we're gonna rape you because why do you walk around looking like trying to be a woman when you are a man? And after that, the person just walked scot-free.
How do you deal with that? Because there's a double barrel abuse there. So it's not even double barrel, there's kind of multi-dimensional forms of abuse.
I think one thing that I will tell you about trans people is we are strong, not because we want to be strong, but because we don't have an option. It is what it is. Because the struggles that we face each and every day are like unimaginable.
Keeping you on the know and on the move. The Upside with Tebogo Lekuleti and Mateko Mosito, bringing Africa's voices to the world. On Channel Africa, the African perspective.
We're 22 minutes into 3 p.m. in Central African time. Well, the final hour is our grand finale with the queen of everything. Kelly Khumalo joins us in studio, and we talk. I've got a lot of questions for her. I don't even know where to start, but I'm going to try and behave myself and talk about the new album, because I want to talk about, her as a master collaborator, having worked with so many other wonderful women. I want to ask her about her hectic schedule. I want to ask her about all sorts of things, but she's in studio. We are so happy to have her here, and we're going to talk about new music and also what the December season has in store for you and I musically, as fans of her voice, as fans of just her womanhood and how far she's come. Madam Kelly Khumalo in the
How are you? But ihaba lenu guys. How are you?
You deserve ihaba. We're good. And how are you doing?
I'm very good, actually. I can't complain.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love seeing her glowing.
You know what I've always loved about you? What's that noise? We need to deal
Maybe
with it
it's
technically.
me. Oh, there we go.
You just need to lower your volume a bit.
Yeah. I think the volume was slightly high.
I've always loved how demure you are.
With what?
With everything. This is you.
Do
all the
I
time.
even have it?
Listen, people could be coming at you with stones and fire, and you're just like, okay. Ask your question, and you just answer it, and you're always in your divinity, and I just love that. What is it about your composure? Because it's very easy, I would imagine, in this business to lose your cool with people.
You can't afford to. You really cannot afford to, especially if you understand who you are and the reason why you are here and why you do what you do. And you can never allow someone to disturb your peace, especially if it's someone who has no idea who you are.
Yeah.
And if it's someone who's merely thriving in their own personal space, so why should you be moved by such a person?
Right.
Words there that you need to add to your captions on social media. Kelly, talk to us about your faith, the importance of your faith, and what role that has played in your life in combating the challenges, the good times, the rough times, when it was dark, when it was sunshine.
Yeah.
Talk to us about your faith and the importance thereof.
I think my faith is literally the air I breathe. And if it wasn't for it, I think I would have lost my mind. And also, I don't know where I get this type of faith. Maybe, I don't know. I'm still trying to make sense of it.
Yeah.
I think it was just godly given that this one will have this much faith in me based on the things that I've assigned her for.
Yeah.
So I think it just comes naturally. And for some reason, I just know that there's a power beyond everything, beyond the turmoil that carries me, that protects me, that comforts and guides, you know. So I think that's where it comes from. But I can't really put my finger to it. I think I was just designed with it.
I'm going to share something with you that, and I'm getting teary-eyed just thinking about it. Having interviewed Robbie Malinga a few years ago.
Yes.
And the Baby Please had just come out,
Yes.
right? And I was I was like, oh my God, that is such a hot song.
Yeah.
Bransimbi. That is, and it's like, listen, I work with Kelly Khumalo, and I'm going to tell you something about that woman. She is feisty. She is vuss in that studio. But what he said about you is that you know what you want.
True.
Right? You know exactly what you want, and
Yeah.
he loves that about you.
And I've kept that with me, and I'm
Yes.
so thankful. And it drives a lot of people nuts, especially as an artist, and when you're working with such a big record label like a Universal Music, and it's not just you. There's a team of so many people, and before the product comes out, it goes through so many departments. So I'm that type of person that knows what she wants, and I make sure that I follow through with all the departments. So yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
When you're seeing young people then, the young artists coming into the space,
Yeah.
who seemingly look like, hey, they're all over the place. They want to be everywhere. They want to shine in every single genre. They want to tap into this, into that. Talk to us about the importance then of finding your sound.
Yeah.
Because that takes time. It's not like something that happens
does.
overnight.
And I don't judge them. I think they're allowed. It's like being a young person when you're just, exploring.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
allowed
yeah.
to, because if you don't get to explore, you would do it much later when you no longer have the time to. So they are at liberty to actually explore the sounds and find themselves. And when they finally do, then they stick to it. So I don't judge. I'm like, okay, you want to
Yeah,
try that?
yeah.
Go ahead. It's like a little baby that wants to try everything until they discover who they are. Yeah. So they're allowed.
It's spoken like you. That's who you are, and you're not afraid of your evolution. You're
No,
not afraid.
no,
That's why
absolutely not.
the album is titled Rebirth.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about that. I want to give us. In fact, we do have a bit of time before we take sports. So
Yeah.
let's talk about that. The title Rebirth. You're a woman who's not afraid of her own evolution. We've seen you publicly evolve and talk about your spirituality and talk about motherhood and talk about your womanhood. What
Yeah.
does rebirth at this stage in your life mean?
The rebirth is so much of my awakening journey, which has been the longest journey ever. I keep discovering new sides to me spiritually that I never thought existed. But when I finally sort of figured out what this looks like, feels like, and sounds like, I was like, this is a rebirth for me spiritually, because now I get to see things from a different perspective. I get to see myself from a different perspective. Hence, the album is called Rebirth.
I'm going to play a quick game of chance with Kelly Khumalo.
Uphethe amakhadi, thina siyahlola ngawe.
So it's going to be a quick game of chance. We're going to have 3 rounds.
Yeah.
Round number 1, all I need you to say is whether you think it's a black or red card that you're about to reveal to the camera. So round number 1, Kelly Khumalo.
Yeah.
Black or red? Are the odds indeed in your favor? Black or red?
Red.
Red?
Yeah.
Show it to us. It is red! Ooh, what's that?
That has never happened in a minute.
It has never happened, actually, on our show.
I love that for you. I love it for you.
It is 30 minutes after 3 p.m. Central African time. We're hanging out with the Queen, Kelly Khumalo. Let's get the latest sports. We'll still hang out with her after the sports and the business bulletin. If you have any questions for her, we'd like to send a shout out to her. Our WhatsApp line is +27 63406 9126, or alternatively comment below on our social media platforms at Channel Africa on Facebook and YouTube, and at Channel Africa 1 on TikTok.
Sports on Channel Africa. The African perspective.
First up in our sports update, we kick off with football news ahead of tonight's highly anticipated FIFA 2026 World Cup draw. Bafana Bafana head coach Hugo Broos has recalled one of his most important days in football, the day he marked the great Diego Maradona at the 1986 World Cup in Mexico. Broos was 34 in that World Cup when he played for the Belgian national team, and they faced Argentina, the eventual champions, in the semi-final. As he looks ahead to the World Cup with Bafana Bafana, Broos looks back at his glorious moment in football.
And we played against Argentina in the semi-finals, and we had two opponents. We had the Argentina team and we had Maradona. And we lost the semi-final with 2-0, and yeah, I can even say that we lost against Maradona. He was fantastic. He was fantastic. He scored, I think, the second or the first goal.
Broos, a former central defender, says just like Messi and Ronaldo, marking a football superstar like Maradona is not an easy job.
You know, those kind of players you can't mark. They do what they want. They are so good. And yeah, you just have to try to do your best and see what the result is. You can do more, but in many times the result is for you very bad.
On to rugby news. South African Rugby has extended the contract of Springbok coach Rassie Erasmus for a further 4 years. That means the double World Cup winning coach's contract will only expire in 2031 after the World Cup in the United States. South Africa's rugby president Mark Alexander made the announcement at the Federation's general meeting of member unions. He said the governing body was proud to reaffirm its commitment to excellence because Erasmus has made an enduring impact and shaped the identity of Springbok rugby. The former Springbok captain was first appointed Director of Rugby in 2018. Under his guidance, South Africa won successive World Cups in 2019 and 2023. They also finished the last 3 seasons as the top-ranked team in the world. Last year, his title changed to Springbok head coach. Some more rugby news. History will be made during next year's much-anticipated Rugby's Greatest Rivalry series. South African Rugby has confirmed that the Springbok women would meet New Zealand's Black Ferns for the first time on South African soil. The match will be a curtain raiser for the third test of the 4-match series between the Springboks and the All Blacks on the 5th of September at the FNB Stadium in Johannesburg. The Springbok women and the Black Ferns have only met twice before, at the Women's Rugby World Cup in 2010 and 2025, and the South African Rugby hopes this test could kickstart a new rivalry as fierce as any in the women's game. We look at Taekwondo. Team Kenya got off to a poor start at the World Under-21 Taekwondo Championship at the Kasarani Indoor Gymnasium. All 4 of its competitors who were in action on the opening day fell short of qualification, suffering defeat at the hands of their opponents. In the women plus 73 kg category, Waida Nechesa bowed out in the round of 16 after losing 2-0 to Mexican Paloma Garcia. The Mexican won 14-2 in the first round before wrapping up the win with a 6-0 scoreline in the final one. Next on the mat was Willias Odiambo, who lost to Sabian Todor Vasilic in the men's 58 kg round of 32 bout. The Kenyan received a thorough whooping in the first round, losing 10-0, faring slightly better in the second round where he still lost 10-2. It was the same fate for Vivian Kiwuga in the women's minus 49 kg round of 32. She lost to Poland's Alicia Kraweczka, who won 15-2 and 14-9 in the 2 rounds to proceed to the round of 16. For any sports stories you'd like to share with us, please send an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or call us on +2711 714 4459. This is Channel Africa Sport with me, Fikile Lungwati.
Sports on Channel Africa. The African Perspective. We are on Open Views Audio Bouquet. Channel 628.
África. Conhece o Ntivani? Claro que sou eu. Ntivani é o amante da música de corpo e alma. Eu amo música africana. Ele aprecia todos os tipos de melodias e passa os seus dias a ouvir a Channel Africa. Adivinha só, a Channel Africa quer ajudar o Ntivani e os amantes da música em todo o lado a descobrir ainda mais música incrível. Por isso, a Channel Africa está a convocar artistas africanos a submeterem as suas músicas. Músicos, lembrem-se de nos dar todas as informações relevantes no music@channelafrica.co.za. As submissões são a vossa oportunidade de ser ouvidos, mas não garantem inclusão na lista. Todas as submissões serão cuidadosamente analisadas para verificar se cumprem os requisitos da nossa estação. Canal África, a perspectiva africana.
36 minutes after 3 p.m. Central African Time. This is still The Upside, your gateway to the good life on Channel Africa, the African Perspective. Let's get the latest business news. Matapelo Mahape standing by.
Business news on Channel Africa. The African Perspective.
Thank you, Deboho, and good afternoon. Australia's High Commissioner to South Africa, Tegan Brink, has described the opening of the Qala Shallows gold mine in Roodepoort on Thursday as hugely significant. Brink says it is the first new underground gold mine in South Africa in 15 years. Backed by Australian company Westwits Mining, the project is expected to create around 1,000 jobs and bring wider benefits to the local community. In an interview with Channel Africa, Brink highlighted the strong mining and economic ties between South Africa and Australia, signalling stronger fraternal relationships the two nations enjoy. The launch officiated by Mineral and Petroleum Resources Minister Gwede Mantashe.
This is hugely significant. I mean, as we heard, this is the first new underground gold mine in South Africa that's opened in 15 years. And I'm really delighted to see an Australian company be the one to make the investment, which will result in, I understand, 1,000 jobs and other benefits to the local community.
South Africa's Deputy Finance Minister David Masondo says the constraints in accounting practices in a government have resulted in appropriate lending among financial institutions, including banks. Masondo and Public Investment Corporation Management were briefing Parliament's Standing Committee on Finance on the latest development at the PIC. He says the constraints are worrying.
This accounting constraint makes it comparison to banks, lenders, and DFIs inappropriate in our view. And this is a point that we also think that the media reports are missing when they report about this particular issue. But like I said, we will get deeper. The team will further elaborate on this just to make the point that as long as you don't deal with this issue, loss ratio will still be there. And of course, we are making sure that like I said, our lending practices have improved.
Tunisia's powerful UGTT union has announced a nationwide strike on the 21st of January to protest restrictions on union rights and demand wage increase negotiations. This has escalated its standoff with President Kais Saied. The looming clash could cripple the key public sectors and strain a government with scarce finances, risking the risk of social unrest amid growing frustrations and poor public services. And Netflix is closing in on a deal to buy the film and streaming businesses of Warner Bros. Discovery. The streaming giant has emerged as the top bidder for Warner Bros. Ahead of rivals Comcast and Paramount Skydance after offering $28, which is an estimate of 470 rands per share. According to several outlets, including Reuters and the New York Times, Paramount made an initial bid to buy the whole company, including its cable network such as CNN, for $24 a share in October, which Warner Bros. Has rejected before putting itself up for sale. And Vladimir Putin stated that Russia is prepared to supply uninterrupted shipments of fuel to India amid U.S. pressure on Delhi to reduce oil purchases from Moscow. His remarks were made during a joint media briefing with India Prime Minister Narendra Modi. This follows the U.S. imposing a 25% tariff on India's Russian oil imports, claiming they support Russia's war in Ukraine. Putin and Modi highlighted cooperation agreements, including the establishment of new Russian consulates in India. The visit occurs as the U.S. seeks to negotiate peace, while Putin reiterated that Ukraine must withdraw from the Donbas region to avoid a siege by Russia. And a look at your financial indicators. $1 US in Nigeria is trading at 1,000 naira 446. In Botswana, it's 13 pula 18. Kenya, the dollar is trading at 128 shilling 48. And in Zambia, it's 22 kwacha 95. The BRICS countries, $1 in Brazil is trading at 5 real 31. Russia, it's 76 rubles 56. India, it's 89 rupees 98. China at 71.6. And in South Africa, $1 is trading at 17 rands. $1 is trading at 75 pence to the British pound and 85 to the euro. A look at your commodities. Gold is trading at $4,222 and platinum at $1,648 per ounce, while the price of Brent crude oil is at $63.09 a barrel. For any business stories you'd like to share with us, please send an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or call us on +2711 714 4459. For Channel Africa Business News, I am Matapelo Mahape.
Business news on Channel Africa. The African perspective.
Siyabangena manje. Vito Jabulani Nkolele iMagoda. Jabulani is a young man from Giyani in Limpopo in South Africa. A very easy guy, taking things easy. To know me is to know that I love what I do, which I'm crazy about it. So when you hear me on radio, expect the best. Expect great music. Expect great content. Expect 180 minutes of nothing but fun. You'll find me on the morning reset, 3 to 6 a.m., Monday to Friday. Siyabangena baba. Ay. Mbuleke.
Matseko Musito and Tebogo Likuleni on the upside.
Can I just say, we're experiencing a side of Kelly Khumalo I wish everyone would experience. She is so much fun. And she's joining us live in studio on Channel Africa. And we are talking about her rebirth. We're talking about her journey in music, the year 2025, and how she's wrapping it up with her 11th studio project titled Rebirth. She's worked with Mondli Ngobo. She's worked with David as well. And we're just unpacking that, and we're unpacking the journey. Perhaps you're on your own journey, your own rebirth. A lot of people, including myself, are wrapping up a year of 9, okay? Which means 2026 is the year of 1. So perhaps this is a project for you. You're not listening to this
And
by
also this was
accident,
the
by
year
mistake.
of the snake. So we were literally being reborn. Yeah. So I don't know how all of this just aligned, and I'm like, oh my God. And for the album to drop on my birthday month, 11/11, with the album being the 11th month, or the 11th album.
Okay, so what is your hope for the listener? Because yes, you intuitively created this baby, but what is your hope for me as I listen to this album?
A rebirth for yourself as well. It shouldn't just be for me. And I strongly believe that every individual deserves a rebirth, a second chance, a new leaf, and operating from a higher power than, from the 3D.
Yes.
We experience hardships in life.
Yeah.
And oftentimes there's no guide to teach us how to navigate.
There is a guide. You just never really listened to the guide.
Oh, tell us about this guide.
The guide is your creator. He would never have created you and given you all this and not be there to guide you through it. You just chose not to use the guide.
The importance then of having a support structure around you. The people around you. Do we vet Do we need to get to a point where we start
Absolutely.
vetting the people that are around us who are playing a pivotal role in how we are progressing in life?
You do that, and sometimes it's not even the matter of vetting. You are a being that has never existed before in the humankind. So even those you are relying on to be the support system don't know how to, and you can't really crucify them for that because you're just a new breed. You are a rare breed. You've never been seen before. Nobody has ever experienced you. So hence the guide. Yes.
Higher power.
Yeah.
Back to this wonderful project, putting it together with these wonderful gentlemen that you worked with. What's your favorite song? I love Nganeno because there's such a beautiful merge between worship and emotional expression.
Yeah.
I love that.
It has a double meaning.
Oh, man.
Depends which mood you're on. I think for me it would be Uzokwenza. Uzokwenza speaks so much. It takes us back to the guide, where I've had to trust the guide and trust in the things that he's done for me before and know that he will continue to do what he's been doing. So Nkosi uthe uzokwenza, manje uyakwenza, futhi usazokwenza. All the things that you've promised, you are not a man that you should lie. So that's my song.
Round number 2 of a game of
Ay, ngeke. Now I'm going to be overthinking it.
Come on. Trust your instincts.
You have to trust your instincts, as you told us earlier. Right? Round number 2, Kelly Kumar.
Perfect.
Maybe this one can come with a message. You can give us a message. I don't know.
No.
Let's see how it goes.
Nizongibhadala labantu abanibakhulumisayo nina imali yabo nizobahlawula.
She's 1 for 1. Round number 2, black or red.
And
Kelly
I think
Kumar.
it's another red again.
Go for it. Trust your instinct.
I hope I'm wrong.
Trust it. It's red! Oh my. You see?
Never, very rare occasion this is.
It is unheard of. Okay, and we were flabbergasted in the first round because we were saying to each other, it's never happened before.
It's so rare.
Round number 1, people usually struggle. You are 2 for 2. Kelly Kumalo. You were saying off air the importance of trusting your instinct.
I'm still learning, just to be honest. Really, I'm still learning, and this is my other department that I'm called for, which I'm consistently refining and learning. Because when someone comes in for consultation, I panic. I panic.
Oh, okay.
I do. I panic because I'm like, may I not be in my mind. May I not be in my pride. May it not be about Kelly Kumalo. May the higher power take over so that I can be properly guided. I panic because I don't want to use my own mind and I don't want to mislead. That's another thing, because I've gone through so many phases where you go for consultation and you go for help, but people don't help you accordingly. And people aren't willing to say, listen, you are not a breed that I understand. Therefore, ask your people to assist you. I can't. And I think we as healers, we need to get to a point where we're like, angikwazi ukukusiza. Let's not just, it should not be about pride and ego. It should be about the fact that you honestly want this human being or this soul to be aligned with its higher purpose.
Oh, wow. That's big. That is wisdom.
Thank you.
That is wisdom. This is a question that you probably get asked a lot, but who heals you as the healer?
That's the thing. I have my way of heal. I self-heal. So I'm one of those. I self-heal. I connect to the nature. So nature heals me. And downtime alone. That's how I recharge. But nature is the highest form of healing where I'm concerned. I take walks in the nature. I go to the waterfalls. I go to Lwandle. I go to the caves. I go to the mountains. That's how I recharge.
It's 11 minutes before 4 p.m. Central African time. We are still hanging out with the queen herself, Kelly Kumalo. She's dropped her album, Rebirth, on the 7th of November, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
And we'll be finding out from her when she's performing next, right after this.
Get Channel Africa on DSTV Audio Bouquet. Channel 802. Africa. It's time to plug into the heartbeat of the continent. Tune in to Channel Africa, your go-to radio station that broadcasts in 5 different languages.
L'Afrique du Sud célèbre la journée nationale du
Kabla hujaitwa kwa jina la Double K,
or more of our forests have been destroyed.
Estamos kwa tulibwanji
Partido Africano da Independência da Guiné.
See, Channel Africa represents every corner of this amazing land. From Lagos to Cape Town, Nairobi to Dakar, we've got you covered with the freshest news, music, and cultures. So, turn up the volume, feel the rhythm. And join the conversation. Channel Africa, the African perspective. Fresh and exciting. The Upside, hooking you up with today's news from the African perspective.
Oh man, what a joy it is for us to be hanging out with the Queen, multi-award winning Kelly Khumalo. Her album has just dropped, Rebirth. Go check it out on all streaming platforms. Where are you performing next? You've been performing over the past couple of weeks.
Well, and pushing the album, I think it was more of pushing the album more than performance. This weekend, I'm at Semduli in Katlehong with a couple of artists. It's a soul therapy festival. Next week, I'm actually everywhere. There's so many all-white parties, but Bizas and Tontoni and then Mahikeng Jazz Festival. So it's going to be quite an interesting weekend. Yeah.
Listen, I have loved meeting you. I think you're an amazing woman.
Thank you.
And you are, maybe a lot of people won't admit it, but they are watching you and learning from you and taking notes.
Will they ever? But I do have people who say, listen, you can't give up. You're not allowed to. Because there's so many of us that are looking up to you. There's so many of us that are inspired by you. Every time we go through hurdles, we're like, what would Kelly Khumalo do? So it's a hard position to be placed in. However, it's also an honor to know that whatever that I have faith in has translated to other people as well.
Okay, you know what I just heard? Sorry, I'm going to interrupt you there. I just heard, you know what Kelly Khumalo would do? That's a book. That's your next book.
What
it is a
Kelly
book.
Khumalo do?
That is your next book. That's what I heard.
No, and I know you are not hearing weird things.
Ooh, I heard that, and
yes.
it's deep. You wrote a beautiful book with Melinda Ferguson several years ago, and that
I think that book came prematurely, and I do
Yes.
apologize to Melinda if she takes an offense on this one. It was premature, and it was not written from my perspective. It was it was about me through someone else's lens. So now that I've gotten to understand self, I think the next book would be much different. And also I'd literally be part of it, because I want to hear my heart. I want to feel my heart. And I need to feel my soul through the book. And there's certain things that need to be transferred, not just through words, but there's an energy. There's a type of energy that I need in that kind of a book. So I think it came out prematurely.
Yeah, I mean, you're not the same woman you were at 29 or 39. You know, you're in a different
It
era.
was
So
way too premature.
we're waiting for the next
Yeah.
book. What could Kelly Khumalo do?
Aptly named, actually. I want to know from the kids' perspective.
Yeah.
Are they trying to get into music themselves?
I don't think so. I don't know yet. It doesn't look like it. They're so fascinated by the world of soccer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my son is into soccer. My daughter is into soccer. So it's very soccer-ish in that house. So I go from one soccer match to the next. It's very sporty. Everyone is thinking about their weight, they're running, they're training, they're watching what they're eating.
Love it for
And
them.
I'm like, "Ugh, okay, whatever. So I don't know. Maybe I'll have to have another child, or even 3 more.
Oh, is that in the cards?
If God allows, absolutely. I mean, we can't let Ubkosi Obungaga just deteriorate. Nje. We need to make sure that we have as many children as we can possibly have.
Kelly Kumalo, round number 3, game of chance.
Aye, Zafuni.
You're not successful so far.
No. You know what my thing is? And this happened, and I let my pride. I let my pride. And in this kind of thing, pride cannot be the tool.
Well, you've just spoken to it now. Come.
It's not going to be. It's not going to be.
Hi, guys.
All right.
And I don't like failing. I cannot fail.
Well, you've been a winner so far. So
let me keep you up to date. She's got 2 for 2. Here's round number 3, the final round. Can she be the first guest ever to get 3 out of 3? Kelly Kumalo. Black or red? Trust that instinct.
It's red again.
Trust that instinct.
Yo,
Show it to the camera.
I knew it. I knew it. I actually knew it. I didn't listen. I was told I didn't listen.
Oh my goodness.
So my pride was already taken over. Had already taken over. It's great. It shows I'm human.
But listen, this is still a fantastic score. 2 out of 3. No, we usually get 1 out of 3.
Let me tell you, it's my pride all the time. My pride all the time. And this is something that I'm working on because I always want to be at my best.
You're a perfect schoolgirl.
I always want to be at my best. And sometimes when it comes to the world of spirits, you are not in charge. And I think that's what I was being taught even with Rebirth. I had my own plans. Rebirth became something else as this unfolded as we are here.
Thank you for being here. Anybody that you'd like to shout out before,
me and shout out.
Yeah, shout out.
Are you kidding me?
As in the people that you've worked with on the album that you would like to acknowledge, and I want you to acknowledge them.
Come on, ladies. Come on. No, but honestly, I would want to say thank you to the Universal team.
Right.
I know I'm not an easy person to work with. I'm a very hard person to impress. And I am a control freak to some extent. So thank you for Gungbegezelela, Even with Monly, he knows I push, So thank you so much to everyone and David Mutanda and the guys that I'm always on the road with. I think Tyson as well. I'm not an easy person to deal with, but they're always there supporting and making sure that I become the best that I can possibly be. And Abanye, who I did not mention, guys, I love you and I appreciate you.
Ladies and gentlemen, multi-award winning artist Kelly Kumalo. There we go.
Big love. Thank you so much. Nizo Salam.
Ngesipho semoto ngathi seniza ngamawala nizongijwaya ezimpile phezulu ngathi seniza ngamawala ningijwaya ezimpile phezulu. I know it's a jalo, hello, nize ningisize. Wajabula wafu baba ngenkathi nifika ngesipho semoto nathi seniza ngamawala nizongijwaya ezimpile phezulu nathi seniza
Man, what a day it's been on The Upside. Thank you so much for tuning in on this Friday edition of The Upside, your gateway to the good life. Hope you had a fantastic time. Hope you shared the beautiful music and wisdom shared by our guests. It's now 4 p.m. Central African time. Let's do this again next week, same time, same place. For now, we hand over the mic to the Queen of Africa in business. That is Tami Ngubeni. Bye-bye.
Sazobusa one more time. Sazobangani one more time. Sazobusa one more time.